Okay, welcome back to Teal TV and thank you for joining the Average Golfer for my evaluation top 5 super game improvement irons. There's a category for you. Certainly split the irons this year up into 3 categories. I'm going to start, as I say, with the big power bats, the super game improvement irons as I'm going to call them. I'm going to get to my top 5 very soon. Basically, I have reviewed each of these clubs on an individual basis, and you'll be able to check those videos out in the back catalogue on the YouTube channel if you want some in-depth detail. Today I'm just going to do a very simple overview and how I arrange my top 5. Yesterday morning I went back and I hit all of these clubs again and got some new dry ball data just to refresh my memory and put together my top 5. Didn't change too greatly from what I thought it would be. Other things that I've considered, so we've looked at performance in terms of the dry ball data, looks, so visually how I think they look, feel of these clubs, even though it's not something you're going to necessarily look for in this type of club, but certainly feel. And I've included price as well, an important aspect I think that's often ignored, but I'm going to also look at the price of these clubs. So that's my criteria, that's how I put the list together. Question you want to know is what starts proceedings off. So in descending order, here we go. Here's number 5. Okay, yes, so it's the TaylorMade CGB iron, and for me this goes in at number 5, certainly not top of the list, and for good reason. It was a little bit too bulky, a little bit too heavy. It's packed with tungsten weighting in the right hands. That can be a help for people. Low CG, big sweet spot as you'd expect. But first of all, on looks, not my cup of tea. Like I said, just a little bit too much going on in terms of the design of this club. Again, a lot of club head behind the ball. Feel wise, again, just that little bit too clicky. Didn't get any sort of response really in terms of into the hands. So again, questionable in that sense. Priced at $799, so again, fairly highly priced. Performance wise, let's throw up some dry ball data of how I performed yesterday with this club. Now you'll see a quick overview, 5-2 spin, which I think is very good with this kind of strength of loft club. This is lofted at 29.5 degrees, by the way, on this 7 iron, the CGB. 163 carry, peaking out at 96 feet, launch angle at 19.2. Fairly decent numbers across the board. Like I said, it certainly wasn't my best performing club, but in the right hands maybe that could be. But that's number 5. Next on is number 4. Yeah, number 4 is the Callaway Rogue X, and this is certainly the power bat in terms of the strength of loft. They've gone all the way to 27 degrees with a 7 iron, so yeah, work that one out if you can. But interestingly enough, like I said, you'll see the launch angle is not too dissimilar to other clubs that are within this category. So as always, you know, you've got to consider these things. Plenty of tungsten weighting yet again to precisely pinpoint where they want to put this CG for maximum assistance for this type of club. Priced in at, what have I got on price on these? It's in at $745, so very similar price, an expensive club. I prefer the looks of this club from the position number 5, bit of shiny material. I always like a bit of high shiny stainless steel that appears in it. I think overall it's a decent looking club. It's bulky in its overall sort of height and width, but not too much in terms of the back end of this club. So again, more preferable for me in terms of how it looked. In terms of performance yesterday, you'll see the spin number dropped off, and again because of the strength of the loft it's dropped right down to 4.5 in terms of spin. It is the one club that is considerably longer than the other clubs in this category, once again because of that stronger loft at 175. Carry, peak height was 100 feet, so again still getting the ball right up and out there, and launching at 18.5 degrees. So again, not massively different, strong launch, not necessarily affecting how this ball launches, how this club launches the golf ball. But that's number 4 for me. Next up, what's at number 3? Yes, it is the Ping G700, fairly new on this on the market in the last few months, and an interesting move from Ping, something quite different. Hollow body construction in the iron, similar to what we've seen in the P790s. There is a lot of low and heel and toe extreme perimeter weighting in this yet again. But this hollow body construction is all about sort of face flex, and again maybe have a look at the full video on this one. It performs very well. I think it scores highly in terms of looks. It's probably one of the best kind of looks in terms of a game improvement iron that I've seen on the marketplace. It's certainly a lot different than I've seen, and it appeals to the eye, and it looks a quality build, but it comes with a price tag. These are $949 for 7 irons, so extremely high in price, which obviously marks it down in terms of where it is in the leaderboard. Performance, let's have a look at some dry ball data. Hard to argue with this one really, like I said, 5-2-50 spin, 165 carry, very consistent in terms of front to back numbers there, none of your flyers, so dispersion very good, 108 peak height and launching at almost 21 degrees. Arguably this could have been number 1 in the top 5. The reason it's not is simply because of the price bracket at $949. It's been marked down due to the fact that it's real top end in terms of price. However, it's hard to knock this in terms of performance in this game improvement market. Right, that's 3. Let's see what's at number 2. Yeah, this is the Titleist AP1, a real class act here. There's no great gimmicks, there's no great things going on from Titleist and what they're claiming this thing to do. Interesting in that you've got an undercut cavity set of irons from sort of the wedges up to 6 iron, and then into the 5 and 4 iron. It's again that hollow body construction. Interesting for me because I think that's something that we could see a lot more of during latter part 2018 and 2019 in iron sets, because it's certainly a change in what's been happening. Looks a really good club. Arguably this could be in the game improvement category, so it kind of crosses over. It's not overly bulky, real class act in terms of how it looks for me, and performance again very good indeed. And here's some dry ball data once again from yesterday we'll very quickly go through. So quick overview: 5-130 spinning, 162 carry, launching peak height 102, launching 20.5 degrees, and again front to back numbers very good, dispersion very good. Difficult this one to separate again. I think positions 1, 2 and 3 very hard to separate, and the AP1 is a real good performer. Price wise, what have we got? $699, so again more reasonably priced in terms of what we've seen so far for the AP1s, and hard to argue with this club, to be honest with you. A real good solid performer, but it's kept off the number 1 and top spot by what? Here we go. The number 1 Super Game Improvement iron as rated by the average golfer is... Yes, it is from TaylorMade, and it's the M4 iron. I've tested most of these clubs both on and off the golf course, but I've tested the M4. I took it out to Sotogrande earlier on in the year when we were looking at trying to see whether or not these low spin numbers that game improvement irons, if they do affect if a ball is stopping on greens or not. And I think that in that video, certainly for me, I was more than happy without these game improvement irons stop on green. So they sort of got high launch, low spinning, yes, but a steep descent angle, and I'm sort of happy that that is the case here. The TaylorMade for me M4 looks the part. It's not too bulky. I like the way this is very much this BMW M series colouring it in the TaylorMade range of irons this year. I like it. It appeals to the eye. It's got a thick top line, but it's not too bulky overall. Priced in again, I think these are the lowest priced club, interesting enough, at $649 for a set of 7 irons, so it's the lowest priced as well. Quick look at performance on this on dry ball data yesterday. So spinning at 5-1-2-6, 167 carry, 102 height, 19.6 degrees of launch. Now just on that spin number, you'll see there shots 1 and 2 let the spin number down considerably, and arguably this could have been a 5,500 revs spinning 7 iron, and I think at the loft this is, and again let's set it's 28.5 degrees, so again strongly lofted but not affecting the launch, not affecting height, and I don't think affecting stopping on greens. For me, it ticks every box, and that's the reason it's in at the number 1 spot. So that's my top 5 Super Game Improvement irons. I'm going to be looking, next video up will be the game improvement category, and then I'll go into the player irons as they call them. Hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up if you liked the video, comment down below. Hopefully you've tried some of these clubs, you might have some of them in your bag. I think the important thing to mention is this, that is my top 5. Your top 5 could be completely flipped and reversed to that. It's all about personal opinion. You getting out there, trying these golf clubs yourself, but I hope it's give you some guidance and some understanding as to why I've come up with that top 5. Right, that's me done. So until next time, see you very soon.